That's so good, isn't it? Good morning. How is everyone this morning? I'm asking you, but I should ask you, how is everyone this morning? Yeah, grateful to have you here. Welcome to our Sunday virtual celebration while we are in these virtual times. I'm grateful personally to have you here. And we're going to start off today with, of course, our video of the beautiful faces of our community. And we're going to sing this wonderful song by my friend Margaret Owens. I know the truth about you. I feel the power within you. I know that love surrounds you. Everything is all right. I know the truth about you. I see the light within you. Just let it shine on brightly. Everything is all right. I see you dripping with abundance and ease. I see you enjoying the life you please. Playful at work and creative at play. I see you in gratitude for every day. And I say, I know the truth about you. I feel the power within you. I know that love surrounds you. Everything is all right. I know the truth about you. I see the light within you. Just let it shine on brightly. Everything is all right. I know the dreams of your heart want to fly. It's time to spread your wings and give it a try. The love you give, you know you're bound to receive. Your good can only grow the more you believe. Come on now, I know the truth about you. I feel the power within you. I know that love surrounds you. Everything is all right. I know the truth about you. I see the light within you. Just let it shine on brightly. Everything is all right. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Your biggest self can't be denied. You got no place to hide because I know the truth about you. I feel the power within you. I know that love surrounds you. Everything is all right. I know the truth about you. I see the light within you. Just let it shine on brightly. Everything is all right. I know the truth about you. I feel the power within you. I know that love surrounds you. Everything is all right. I know the truth about you. I see the light within you. Just let it shine on brightly. Everything is all right. Yes, yes, yes. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And welcome to our spiritual community. Welcome to Unity of Tucson. We are a spiritual community, and we are here to teach and practice practical tools for a better life. That is what the focus of my ministry is to help people create a better life for themselves by teaching practical spiritual tools. It is my belief that we can precipitate, I'm out of breath, that we can precipitate our own spiritual evolution by engaging consciousness and allowing our the activity of our consciousness, the directed, focused, specific activity of our consciousness to flow forth into creation, which is what this teaching is all about. It is about understanding that there is an infinite consciousness that is consistently unfolding itself in terms of creation, and that's who and what we are. And when we really get that, we can actually direct the experience of our lives. So let's do that. I want to begin with understanding the words of our mission here at Unity of Tucson. They're going to come up on your screen, and I would love for you to read them with me. And as I'm reminding you every week now, don't just read them by rote. Allow yourself to settle into, what does this feel like for you? Does it resonate with you? Let's read this together. Within the principles of unity, we are a ministry of love, inspiration, learning, wholeness, acceptance, and joy that empowers all people to embrace their divine nature. Just taking that in for a moment. So the mission is the practical way that we engage a vision. And I believe that personal transformation is possible, it is probable, and it is our work to awaken to our magnificence. And so everything we do, everything I offer is in service to this goal. And my vision in this ministry, the tenets of this vision, are as simple and as easy as we decide for them to be. And they are: love only, forgive everything, remember who you are. And in remembering who we are,
Here's what I know. I know this truth about you. You are magnificent. You are magnificent because you are the infinite expression of the divine. And that divine is infinite and magnificent. And so knowing that that is who and what you are, allow yourself to revel in your sense of magnificence. I keep looking over here because Kathy is here today. You're off camera at the moment, but you can stay there for a moment. Revel in your sense of magnificence. And here's what I would love for you to do. I haven't done this yet in the virtual realm, but I would love for you to exclaim for yourself, I am magnificent. Let's all say that together. I am magnificent. Yes. So use the chat function of the video wherever you're watching and acknowledge the community that are watching with you. We are a family. We are a now blended family, and it's great to be able to reach out and let people know their magnificence in your own unique, individualized fashion. So I do want to say hello and good morning. I know that you are magnificent. Grateful to have you here. And you are all magnificent. Thanks for being here. You are magnificent. Oh, thank you. And I am magnificent. So as you move through that experience of acknowledgement of the people in this community, I'm going to invite you to, when you're ready, allow yourself to relax into this moment. And I will use this month's affirmation as a mantra. As we move into this time, it's a time of centering, a time of meditation, just a time of reflection. So as we move into this space, I'm going to invite you to relax and just put your focus on the breath. Just allowing yourself to easefully acknowledge the flow. Recognizing there's nothing you need to do to make it happen. It is simply unfolding. It is simply happening. The easeful in and out. A great reflection of the infinite circulation of all life. That is what the breath is. And so as I read this month's affirmation, I invite you to take it into your heart. The affirmation is this: I listen to the inner voice of divinity, and I am always guided in perfection. I listen to the inner voice of divinity, and I am always guided in perfection. And so as you reflect on those words and allowing them to wash over you, allowing yourself to feel what you feel in relationship to those words, stepping out of the sense of any judgment around what may come up and simply being present to those words. I listen to the inner voice of divinity, and I am always guided in perfection. Allow yourself to settle into that notion as you continue in this quiet time, in this breath. In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me.
that sets us free. There is only love. If I lose myself, if it seems I've lost my way, then I go inside and quiet my mind. I can hear Spirit gently say, there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love.
Each week we do this ceremony, this ritual called lighting the flames of faith. And we do this to honor the faith traditions, the religious ideologies, and the spiritual traditions of the world. And part of what makes this important for me, as I frequently say, is that this is a reminder to me that all of these paths, each and every one of them, are rooted in and connected with that divine golden thread of love. So that's what we are understanding with the lighting of each of these candles. And so Kathy's helping me out today. Thank you so much, Kathy. And so we light a candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light a candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light a candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light a candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light a candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light a candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light a candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the divine will of love as the highest calling. We light a candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light a candle for all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. We light a candle for all those who are as yet unaware of the power and presence of Spirit in their lives, and for the space that we are holding for them, and for all faith traditions unnamed in this ceremony. And this final candle we light is a candle to represent the healing of any circumstance which requires divinity to be revealed, for that is the nature of healing, the revelation of the divine creative energy at the core of all creation. And so this is your candle for whatever is in your mind and in your heart that requires the light. Thank you. The candle here on your left is the peace candle. And I purposefully keep the peace candle consistently illuminated with the understanding that as it is consistently illuminated, it reflects the consistent illumination of peace in our hearts. And as we allow that consistent illumination to be rooted in our heart and extend out from our physical presence, we create the experience of peace in this world. And so let's honor this candle with the prayer, for world peace. Divine love indwells each person and radiates from one to another. Harmony is established, and peace begins to reign in the world. The feature today is a song I grew up with, and I have very strong, very, very vivid memories of this song, from back in the day. That's all I'm going to say.
You who are on the road must have a code that you can live by, and so become yourself, because the past is just a goodbye. Teach your children well, their father's hell did slowly go by, and feed them on your dreams, the one they picked, the one you'll know by. Don't you ever ask them why, if they told you you would cry, so just look at them and sigh, and know they love you. Of the tender years, can't know the fears that your elders grew by, and so please help them with your youth. They seek the truth before they can die. Teach your parents well, their children's hell will slowly go by, and feed them on your dreams, the one they picked, the one you'll know by. Don't you ever ask them why, if they told you you would cry, so just look at them and sigh, and know they love you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we have a special guest today, and in this virtual world, it's an interesting paradigm because she's going to be coming to you from Georgia, actually. I think she's in Georgia. I'm pretty sure she's in Georgia. That's where I met her. I met her in Atlanta, Georgia, a few years ago. And here's what I know. So for over 25 years, Lysa Allman-Baldwin has fed her wanderlust for everything the world has to offer by writing travel and feature articles for numerous print and online publications. Now, a few years ago, Lysa's travels crossed paths with a very personal inner journey, which resulted in her new book, I Cried and People Loved Me Anyway. I love that title. I Cried and People Loved Me Anyway. It's the story of how, due to a series of events that happened within a very short period of time, her life fell completely apart, and she was literally ready to check out. However, through faith, self-forgiveness, and a lot of unconditional love, she moved from the depths of despair to living a truly authentic life. Lysa's website, AuthenticityAndPurpose.com, showcases her experiences as a gifted and sought-after motivational speaker, writer, and workshop facilitator. Her mission through the written and spoken word is to inspire others to live a life full of passion, authenticity, and purpose. And I'm so grateful that she's decided to share her message with us here today. So please welcome Lysa Allman-Baldwin.
Good morning, Unity of Tucson. I am so honored to be with you here this morning, and I had no idea 6 months ago when I was invited to do so that it wouldn't be in person. When I have been at your community before, I love the energy, and I love the people, and I love the music, and I love the environment, and I was so looking forward to be surrounded by all of that. But life does what it does, and we've had to pivot. But luckily, we have such great technology that we can still come together in spiritual community from a distance. Now, the energy might feel a little bit different, and I won't be moving across the stage like I usually do when I present. And you might see me glancing down at my notes every once in a while. But what I do know about you all is that you are a loving, flexible community, and we'll get through all of this together just fine. Now that we've gotten all of that out of the way, I want to start out by saying Happy Mother's Day. Now, we all know that this is the day of the year set aside when we honor and celebrate with our mothers and our grandmothers and our sisters and our aunts and the other special women in our lives. I'm a mother myself. I have two boys aged 19 and 20, and I call them my two hearts walking on the outside of my body. And the days that they were born were some of the best days of my life. Now, I am mindful, however, that Mother's Day can bring up some sadness for people, maybe for someone who might have lost a child, or like in my own life, lost the woman who raised us. Or you might currently have a difficult relationship with those individuals, which adds another level of energy and emotions to this day. But no matter where you may be in all of that, please remember that you are here today by divine appointment, and you are loved and honored right where you are. Mother's Day can also be significant for another reason, and that is because it's a great day to remember to awaken and honor our divine feminine and our divine masculine energies. Now, I want to be clear that this has nothing to do with whether you have given birth to or raised children, or even fur babies for that matter. And it has nothing to do with whether you identify yourself as a male or a female, or how society or our cultures say what makes someone a man or a woman. What I'm talking about is finding a balance between these two powerful energies, the divine feminine and the divine masculine, in our mind, body, and spirit. As humans, we all carry both divine feminine and divine masculine energies. And what we know in New Thought spiritual communities, just like this one, is that honoring the divine in ourselves also honors it in God, spirit, whatever you call your guiding presence. According to shamanic healer Anahata Ananda, there is a potential found in the weaving and balancing of these two energies. However, sometimes one or both gets out of balance, or that gets silenced, or wounded, or misunderstood, or disrespected. And she explains it like this. Men and women throughout time have been both the oppressor and the oppressed. Often, it is the self-created oppression of our feelings, wisdom, power, beauty, truth, or love that is the ultimate betrayal. Regardless of your past experiences and choices, you always have the option of embracing each of these energies where they are and understanding what they need to become more whole and integrated within you for a more balanced divine version of yourself. So cultivating a sacred balance between our divine feminine and divine masculine energy is key. And you might think about it this way. We inhale and we exhale. We're either awake or we're asleep. And these are just two examples of things that have their own balance in life. And you can't have one without the other. They are absolutely intricately linked, fraternal twins, if you will. And they're always going to be a part of each other. So what just what are these qualities of the divine masculine and the divine feminine energies? So in the divine feminine, we find intuition and flexibility and healing and nurturing. We find empathy and wisdom and communication and expression and emotion and patience and the ability to receive. Some people say the divine feminine is really the heart of who we are. On the other side of the energetic coin, we find the divine masculine. And that's where we find physical strength and survival and pride and rational and logical thinking and competition and action. And the overall energy here is focused on the mind and on doing. Now, it's easy to see how we might have the tendency to label these energies as male or female. Because if you think about it, for the most part in society, we do ask women how or what they are feeling. And we do ask men what they think or how they will take action or solve a problem. But divine masculine and divine feminine energies go much deeper than that, and they were equally important. In traditional Chinese medicine, feng shui, and other healing and cultural traditions, we hear a lot about yin and yang energy. The yin being the female energy, and the yang being the male energy. And these energies are always in a state of flux. The goal is to try to bring a balance between the two. Now, while working on this talk, I remember two stories from my childhood. The first was when I was in kindergarten, and that was in 1968, just to give you some time frame of reference. And I have to say here that I have always loved to be around boys. Not because I had a childhood crush or anything, but because I thought they were just fun. They were always running and jumping and yelling and throwing balls and getting dirty, just having a good old time. And when we were in kindergarten and were out at recess, that is exactly what the boys were doing. And I wanted to do it too. However, the girls were expected to sit in the sandbox in a circle, quietly playing with dolls. And that was not my personality at all. And no matter how many times I asked or pleaded or tried to sneak back in with the boys, it was always given the kibosh. This, sitting in the sandbox in a circle, quietly playing with dolls, is what girls do, I was told. The second story I remember was from when I was in maybe third or fourth grade, and I was in a different school by then. And at that school, we had separate playgrounds, one for the boys and one for the girls. Now, I have no idea why they did that because everything else at the school was co-ed. Our classes were co-ed, the lunchroom was co-ed, the assemblies were co-ed, everything else was co-ed except for the playgrounds. And I distinctly remember that when it snowed on the boys' playground, they were allowed to have snowball fights. On the girls' playground, we were completely denied from doing that. The only thing we were allowed to do was just walk around and drag our boots through it. We weren't even allowed to pick it up and just hold it in our gloves and look at it. Every protest I raised for equal pay was denied. And I was looked at incredulously as if I had no right to even think, much less ask, about doing something that the boys were doing. In both of these instances, the gender roles were clear, and being a free spirit, or maybe in my case, acting like a boy, was denied. Now, you may have your own childhood story, or maybe even an adult story, where you were expected, whether spoken or unspoken, to remain within a particular gender role or an identity box. It may be as it was related to the toys you played with, or what colors you liked, or how you dressed, or how you expressed your emotions, a particular job or career you chose, your physical abilities. This list goes on and on and on. So it's totally understandable to see how our divine feminine and divine masculine energies can be stifled and also get out of whack. But when we bring forth and support a balance between these two energies, we touch the full range of the human experience and create sacred harmony within ourselves. And that sacred union, that sacred harmony has a ripple effect. It's almost like a drop of water dropping into a larger body of water, which creates a ripple effect that goes around and supports all of us around the world. So again, it's the joining of that heart and the mind, the feeling and the being with the thinking and the doing, that balanced yin and yang energy, that's key. So just how do we more realize, awaken, and honor the divine feminine and the divine masculine in ourselves? Well, here are 6 steps to support you along that path. So here we go. Step number 1, take your temperature. Take your temperature. And when I say take your temperature, it's not an actual temperature reading we're looking for. I mean, you're looking at where you may be metaphysically too hot or too cold. You can do this by asking yourself questions like, is there anything or place in my body that feels out of balance, or in my emotions, or in my physical spaces, places where I might be feeling like I'm running too hot or too cold? What we're really looking at is where you are currently out of alignment with yourself and with spirit. Step number 2, step outside of your comfort zone. Step outside of your comfort zone. If you find that you are out of balance in some way, you can move the needle. It may not feel comfortable to embrace a part of you that has been ignored, or hidden, or unknown, or unrecognized, or maybe even ridiculed. But stepping out of that box, it's what a friend of mine calls crawling out on the skinny branches where the fruit is you'll just be amazed at what will come forward from that. Step number 3, spend time in nature. Spend time in nature. There's an inherent balance in nature, and by design, nature is non-resistant. There is no force that tells the trees not to grow, or tells the flowers not to bloom, or tells the waves of the ocean not to ripple in towards the shore. The birds continue to fly south for the winter and north for the summer. The seasons change without consulting a calendar, and the sun and the moon rise and set on their own accord. So spend more time in nature and feel that natural flow. Step number 4, listen more and speak less. Listen more and speak less. You can learn a lot about other people and glean more about yourself by listening more and speaking less. Prayer and meditation are wonderful ways to practice both of these things. And when you do that, you allow your intuition, your higher power, to communicate with you. So what might you hear? What might you say? Listen more and speak less, and see just how it feels to just sit and be. Step number 5, move. Move. Dancing, running, jumping, drumming, twirling, all of these are great activities to awaken your divine feminine and divine masculine energies. So get up and move. And step number 6, be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with yourself. This kind of goes back to stepping out of your comfort zone. By tapping into your divine feminine or divine masculine energies, if it's new to you, if it feels weird or awkward or unnatural, keep doing it anyway. You wouldn't go to the gym one time and expect your body to look exactly the way you want it to in an instant. It's a practice. So just keep going, and you'll eventually experience an easier flow and balance between the two. Just be gentle with yourself. Your life, indeed all of life, is dependent upon the balance of these two energies. I'm kind of thinking that maybe the youth of today are already aware of the need for this balance between the divine feminine and divine masculine energies. They aren't as confined as I was, or maybe that you were either, about expressing their true nature without labels and boxes. They follow fashion trends that trend toward unisex clothing. And being bisexual and transgender is much more acceptable than it was nearly a decade ago. And young people are choosing identities that are neither exclusively male or female, or they're beyond gender sometimes, including non-binary and gender fluid and genderqueer and androgyny, among others. They're even dispensing with terms like him or her and using different pronouns like they or their or them or ze or stay. And they take a stand to be who they will be, even extends beyond their schools, where you now find gender neutral bathrooms. And that's had a positive ripple effect because you see that in other places like restaurants and cafes and gas stations and churches and places like that. I think they might be light years ahead when it comes to expressing and balancing feminine and masculine energies and how that can look in the world. Maybe it's time for us old timers to catch up. So back to the calendared Mother's Day and Father's Day next month. No matter how you identify yourself, or if you're experiencing joy or sadness, longing or gratitude, regret or bliss, off-centeredness or balance, restriction or freedom, today and every day is the perfect day to honor your divine feminine and your divine masculine energies. Honoring them in yourself also honors them in Mother, Father, God. So I've written an affirmation for us today, and I'll say it first, and then from wherever you are, let's say it together. Awakening and honoring the divine feminine and the divine masculine in me honors them in Mother, Father, God. Let's say that together. Awakening and honoring the divine feminine and the divine masculine in me honors them in Mother, Father, God. Thank you, Unity of Tucson, for welcoming me into your homes. Happy Mother's Day and namaste.
Thank you, Lysa. Just as a reminder, you can join Lysa live today as she virtually offers her workshop, It's Never Too Late to Rewrite Your Childhood Stories. The registration link can be found in the description of today's webcast, so go and register right now for that, and you'll get sent the link for everything, and we're sure to have a magnificent time on that. Now, normally, at the end of a message, I would offer a suggestion to reflect on a kernel of truth, some idea you can walk away with, and today there have been many, certainly. But I've decided today it's Mother's Day, and I want to use this time to honor the magnificent divine feminine. So what do you say we do that with this special song?
What do you give to the lady who has given all her life and love to you? What do you give to the reason you are living? I could window shop the world before I'm through. Mama, a rainbow. Mama, a sunrise. Mama, the moon to wear. That's not good enough. No, not good enough. Not for Mama. Mama, a palace, diamonds like doorknobs, mountains of gold to spare. That's not rich enough. No, not rich enough. Not for Mama. Mama, a lifetime crowded with laughter. That's not long enough, not half long enough. What can I give you that I can give you? What will your present be? Mama, young and beautiful, always young and beautiful. That's the Mama I'll always see. That's for Mama, with love from me.
Oh, I was. So I have a very, really wasn't planning on saying anything about this today, but as I was singing the song today, it reminded me of, so I have two mothers, and there's a whole long story around having two mothers, but one of my mothers has passed, has made her transition. She made her transition several years ago, and I was thinking about when she was having her 70th birthday. I was living in California at the time, and we had a whole ruse because she really wanted me to be present for her 70th birthday. And so my sister and I, Carrie Mon, who's not here today but normally is here today, we secretly flew me out from California, and she was having, my mother was having this great big party, and I hid out in the bedroom, and I hid out there for like 2 hours while they were all partying out there. And my sister said, oh, Jonathan sent this DVD, and they put the DVD into the player, and it was me on screen saying something about, I so wish that I could be there, and blah, 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 all this stuff. And then I said, but I wanted to share with you this special song. And so then we had the introduction to the song start playing, but it was just the instrumental. And as it played, I came out from the back room singing live. And so it was a great surprise for her when that happened. Anyway, just that was all in my brain when I was just singing that now. This is our time when we take up our offering, and I want to encourage you to give this week, as I encourage every single week. You can give online at unitytucson.com by clicking the PayPal link there. You can phone in your card to the office during regular office hours, or you can send in a check. The reason that we give, why do we give? It's because we do want to be here. We want to ensure that we are thriving as a community, and part of that thriving is to engage in the practice of giving and receiving. And so it is a reminder to me that giving and receiving are the same, and that money is God in action. And so as we keep it in the flow, as we keep it in circulation, we benefit, each and every one of us, from that. So I'm going to encourage you to give, and I'm so grateful that you give today. Let's read together the divine givingness statement as you put your conscious focus on this activity of giving. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I joyously contribute to my spiritual center, knowing that it goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless, and returns to me multiplied abundantly. I thankfully acknowledge God as my source. Feel free to get up and dance in your living rooms or wherever you're watching.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, 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 I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Here we go. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 I'm so grateful.
Here are our announcements.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Mother's Day. Here are your Unity of Tucson announcements for Sunday, May 10th, 2020. Following the celebration today, join our guest speaker, Lysa Allman-Baldwin, as she offers a virtual workshop, It's Never Too Late to Rewrite Your Childhood Stories. Last-minute registrations are being taken at unitytucson.com. Check in every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 1 o'clock p.m. Arizona time using Zoom. Consider it a virtual coffee break with friends old and new. The link for this web-based meeting is also in the description of this video. It's time for Bears in the Chairs, our annual event to collect new and unwrapped stuffed animals, which we donate as a community to Aviva, an agency supporting youth as they transition into foster care. While our activities continue to be virtual, you can drop off a stuffed animal during regular office hours beginning tomorrow, Monday, May 11th. We will continue to collect stuffed animals until the end of July. As always, don't forget to join us online for midweek spiritual practice, streaming on YouTube and Facebook. Get your midweek pick-me-up and the reminder of your inner truth every Wednesday at 6 o'clock p.m. Are you in need of prayer? Requests are being taken by sending an email to prayer@unitytucson.com. Don't forget that the activity of requesting what you need is the first step towards healing. The links for all of our virtual offerings can be found at unitytucson.com. Keep an eye out on Facebook and subscribe to YouTube to keep up with everything that's going on. Thank you for being here and sharing your magnificence with us.
Thank you, Darwin, for those announcements. Just as a reminder, do click that link and join with me and Lysa today for her virtual workshop. And I just wanted to point out that we do have the Bears in the Chairs this week starting up, and we're going to have Bears in the Chairs every week. So please do bring your bears down to Unity during our regular office hours, Monday through Thursday. And we'll start creating quite a collection back here, I believe. I want to offer my gratitude to everybody who made today possible. I really want to offer gratitude to those who are helping out with the technical aspects of this experience. Wally and my father, Don, thank you so much for all that you do to make sure that we are going out to the world in a virtual way. He's given thumbs up. Yes. I want to say thank you to Kathy for helping light the candles today. Thank you for being here and making your presence known. I want to say thank you to Linda and the band. Thank you all so much. So grateful. And I really do want to offer my magnificent gratitude to Lysa Allman-Baldwin for her message today. So grateful that you were able to share it with us. And I'm sorry that you're not here in person, but that time when you are able to be here in person, I know is going to come soon, and we will be delighted to have you here. And thank you. Thank you for being present. Thank you for making your presence known in this world and for celebrating in this magnificent experience of spirituality today. As we complete our time here, I invite you to share with me the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds me. I am that light. The love of God enfolds me. I am that love. The power of God protects me. I am that power. The presence of God watches over me. I am that presence. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever God is, I am. And so it is. Amen.
Now there is peace on earth, for it has begun with me. Now there is peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Now we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Peace has begun with me, and this is the moment now. With every breath I take, this is my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Thank you, God, for peace on earth, for it has begun with me. Well, it's an idea whose time has come. A new generation decides as one. Of the same small planet we are born. It's never been so obvious before. We breathe the same air, drink the same water, walk the same earth, kiss the same sky. We breathe the same air. I think we ought to get along better, you and I. The future of history is crystal clear. The borders between us will disappear. Of the same small planet we are born, and there's no foreign country anymore. We breathe the same air, drink the same water, walk the same earth, kiss the same sky. We breathe the same air. I think we ought to get along better, you and I. We breathe the same air, drink the same water, walk the same earth, kiss the same sky. We breathe the same air. I think we ought to get along better, you and I. We breathe the same air. We breathe the same air. Make it a magnificent week, everyone. Namaste.